Hello everybody, my name's Klaus, and today I thought I would make a tier list on what are the best Fire Emblem games to do an Ironman run of. So Ironman run, very straightforward, if someone dies, that's it, you're gone forever. You can also play with, if you get a game over, that's just, the whole run's over. That's what I usually do, but you don't have to if you don't want to like restart the whole thing. So they all have like different things that make them a good candidate for it. So I'm just gonna be going over them just in order of how they were released. So let's get started. First one is Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light. So funny story, I have not actually played this game. I have not played the first three, actually. So yeah, I don't really know much about them, but from what I've seen, they seem to be okay. So I would put them in solid pick. Yeah, we have 4 tiers. We have Great Choice, Solid Pick, Works, and Not Ideal. Fire Emblem 3, Mystery of them, that also I think is a solid pick. Gaiden is not as good probably because, I mean, you really don't get many units in that game. And it's just a harder version of Shadows of Valencia. So I mean, I don't know why this would be a good pick. It might be better to move it down to Not Ideal, but I haven't played it, so I don't really know. But I mean, yeah, I know FE1, it's like you get your units die, but then they'll give you new ones, so you can kind of get through it. And FE3, I don't know much about, but I think this is probably a solid pick. I think that's where most people would put it, but I really don't know for sure. Let's move on. Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of the Holy War. So I will try to be unbiased, but I really don't like this game. And even though I just said I'll be unbiased, like, let's be real, it's not a perfect setup. Like, sometimes your characters will die, and I mean, some of them you don't really want them to die. Now, of course, you can use the staff. You get a Valkyrie staff, or I don't know what it's called now, if it has a real translation, but yeah, you have that, and you can use that, but I don't really like having to revive units. Also, like, only some of your characters are actually good. You can basically just solo the game with Sigurd if you really wanted to. I'm sure it's not that hard to do. And then you just have like the horse units and then the foot units. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be a really frustrating experience, and I would probably pick another one ahead of it. But then we get to Thracia 776, and this one's going right into solid pick. Let's see, there we go. I'm trying to order in between tiers as well. And the reason it goes to solid pick is because, I mean, the game was designed to be played without resetting, you know? Like, I think the intention of it being made was so, like, Leaf could lead his army, and, like, sometimes you lose some, and it's very sad. I think that's the point of the game. So, thematically, it's probably the best, but the reason it doesn't go into Great Choice is because there's some characters in that game you just don't want to lose. Like, I don't think it would be fun to play without having someone like Asbel or having all your staff units gone, because I think that could just completely end it. We want to make sure it's beatable, you know? One other thing I mentioned is this is like concerning you're not playing it blind, you do know what's up with it. So yeah, I just want to mention that. Yeah, thematically, it's really good, but mechanically, that's just what it makes it miss it out on Great Choice. But going right into Great Choice is Fire Emblem 6, The Binding Blade. And that's because, well, first off, you get a lot of units, and I think what makes it really good is there's multiple endings in the game. Like, you can go full try hard, full sweat, and get the real good ending if you want, if you play well. And I think that's what makes it stand out for me, you know? There's bigger goals to achieve. You don't just, like, you don't have to settle, you know? You can keep trying and get a good thing. And yeah, since there's a lot of characters, I think it's fair to say that this would be a great choice. Fire Emblem 7, very good. So I think it would go into solid pick, probably right here. Like, it's both easy, but it's also hard because you get a lot of game over conditions. Like, not only do you get 3 characters that cannot die, 2 of them aren't very good, But there's also, like, you know, the Battle Before Dawn. That has a very annoying game over condition. And just little things like that. I think it's like, it's definitely good. It's definitely a good pick. So that's why it's in solid pick. But I mean, I don't think it would be someone's first choice of what the best one to do is. Sacred Stones, I think it's very similar. It's easier, which is why I'll put it behind, but it doesn't have as many annoying game over conditions. The characters you get, there's a little less, but I don't think that really matters that much. Path of Radiance, so I haven't played this game, but I think probably, like, it seems like so far a great choice from what I've seen of it, because I think you get a lot of characters. You don't get like tons, but I think you get a lot. And I mean, I've heard it's easy, but I can't really back that up. So this is a great choice, but I mean, I've never played it, so don't use all the quotes on me. But I think this is a fine estimate. Radiant Dawn, another game I haven't played, but because I know, like, if you're at least on hard, you don't get those enemy ranges, which can like really end a run. You could play it on easier modes, which I guess is fair enough, but there's also weird availability, and I think there's just a lot of easy game over conditions to fulfill. But yeah, once again, I don't know for sure, but I think Radiant Dawn is like, yeah, don't do it if you don't think you can, because I mean, you can try, but it's not the greatest idea. Shadow Dragon, this is a game I just started playing. I think we could probably put it into great choice, probably above Path of Radiance. So you get a lot of characters in this game. It's pretty much FE1 except like less jank probably. I'd imagine. I've never played FE1, like I said. But yeah, Shadow Dragon, I mean, you get a lot of characters. The game's not super hard, and you can, I believe you also get replacement units if you're bad and you lose a bunch, so yeah, don't play bad. The replacement units they kind of suck, but I mean, hey, it's compensating for your losses. I think Shadow Dragon is probably a good choice to Ironman. Primal 12, honestly, I don't know anything about this game, other than the fact that it seems alright for an Ironman. I don't know where to put it. I'll just guess right here. But yeah, I don't really know. Awakening. Awakening, it works. Probably better than Gaiden. The thing with Awakening is, even playing on just normal mode, the enemies their stats get a little insane sometimes, and they have some insane skills sometimes, so stuff gets a little insane. And I mean, really there is one way to beat it. You can just use Robin, and you can just easily curb stomp the entire game. Obviously you don't have to, but that's the easiest way. So I mean, I don't know how good Awakening of a choice is. Like, I think each run's going to be a little different, and you can grind as well, but I'm not really taking that into account. But yeah, I think Awakening would fit well in the works tier. Next we have Fates. One of them, Conquest, definitely going in the top. Probably right here. And the reason I think is, well, one, you're never going to really have two similar runs of Conquest, just because the different characters that you can pair up for the children, and the different classes you can promote into. It's also hard. You get a fairly large cast, and I think it does really work well. You have to think differently with this game. It's kind of like Thracia in that regard, but it's better well balanced here. Birthright's kind of like Awakening, except I think it's more balanced. And Revelation is just unbalanced Birthright, so except you get a lot of characters. They're both kind of easy. I'd probably put them like here. I know a lot of people don't like these games, but honestly, I think they're solid picks for Ironman. And then Echoes, Shadows of Valencia. I think we can probably put it in works above Gaiden, because that's where Gaiden is. So it's just that, but less jankful. I think jank, that's not a word. But yeah, I think that's probably good. I did do this one, and I tried 3 times and I beat it on normal mode. I probably wouldn't recommend hard mode. Yeah, the problem with this, well, one thing is the turn wheel. Like, I mean, you can definitely beat it without the turn wheel, don't get me wrong, but it's not great, especially not on hard. Another thing is you have revival fountains you can use, and that's what I actually ended up doing. So that helped me beat the game, even though it kind of was cheap. But yeah, Shadows of Valencia, it's alright. You can do it, especially on normal mode. But there's better games, there's better options out there. And finally, 3 houses. So this is gonna be funny because I'm currently Ironmaning 3 houses, but let's be real, it's not a great choice. You start out with 9 characters, and you can get more, but you don't get that many more. You'll have like probably like max around 25. But yeah, and then plus like once you lose someone, you're really gonna feel that loss a lot more than other games, because in other games you can get replacement units. Like, let's just see, if you're playing Binding Blade and you lose like Lance or Alan or something, you can get Percival later. He's a pretty cool dude. Or if you're playing like I'm not sure, maybe if you're playing Revelation and you lose like whoever, you get who do you get to start in that game? Maybe Hinata. I mean, there's Ryoma, so Ryoma can replace Hinata and be just fine. But no one's really going to replace anyone in 3 house. You get a few units later on, but you don't get them that late into the game. It's just, I think if you really take some heavy losses there, it's not going to end well for you. But yeah, that's the tier list, I guess. Well, this is my first time doing something like this, obviously. There's no videos on the channel like this. But if you liked it, you want to see more, drop a subscribe. Obviously, you know, I can tell that I'm not a huge channel or anything, but hey, we gotta start putting out some good content that people want to see. Yeah, hopefully I'll make more of these in the future. Hopefully you guys check it out. But anyways, yeah, see you until the next time.